Should have popped the cherry. I didn't even mean to say that like that. Cherry. Wait. Oh, that was kind of anticlimactic. Oh, there it is. There it goes. Too bad it didn't explode. That would be more accurate.
What's up, guys? Here we are back again doing podcast number 4. That's kind of crazy. We're on the 4th podcast already. That's kind of nuts. So we're back recording another podcast. We got a couple topics in this video. We don't really have any huge topics or any news or anything. Like last week, we talked about Black Ops 4 a little bit more and had some more leaks and rumors and little inside little tidbits and stuff like that. But this week is a little bit more like story time and just talking about stuff as usual. So the first thing we wanted to talk about in this podcast is about the podcast. So for this podcast next week, we're going to be really trying to get, actually before that, we're really trying to make this podcast as great as possible. So we want to make the quality as good as possible. So for the camera and the audio, so audio and video together, we want it to be the best for any of you guys watching. If you're just listening to this, it won't really affect you. But if you're actually watching the podcast, if you're looking at us, the quality isn't that great. And so we're working on this. So we're going to be getting a different camera, to be recording our podcast from now on.
It's a nice camera too.
It's really nice. So
we're splurging for the beginning of hopefully a good thing that's sprouting from this. Yeah, and
we've seen just from the podcast we've uploaded, there's been some good success with them, and you guys seem to have liked them. We did have that one comment on that first video, but we still welcome any comments, good or bad. Anything about our channel, about whatever you guys want to see us talk about, any improvements, anything like that. Make sure you guys talk about it and say it and voice it in the comments down below. But we're going to be getting a new camera that will be helping out improve the quality in our videos, and then it'll also help out with videos over on my main channel. And then also we're going to be doing videos together, more than just these podcasts here on this channel, so even better quality on there as well.
And we're hoping to get those started up pretty quick. And with this new camera, it'll kind of jumpstart that a little bit more, I think, because the quality and everything will just be so much better on it. It'll just make it easier for us to make these other types of videos without having to worry about, moving around and having it go all funky on us.
Yeah, so it would be a whole lot better, and we'd have a bigger setup and more of a professional studio setup a little bit too. And then also on kind of the back end, I edit all the videos, I render them and upload them all at the podcast and all these videos. And so this new camera would definitely help me out a lot, because it would mean that, because this video that you guys are watching right now, I have to render this and then I have to render it a second time before the video's done. Just
for the video to come out better than it is. If you guys actually see the raw footage of what this looks like, it's way worse than when we, he double renders it and puts it through to make it the best quality that we can get it for you guys. And this new camera, he won't have to double render anything. Just render once, just so that he can even have it just to edit it.
It's just the one render to combine it with the audio from the microphone, and just kind of cut little cuts here and then. But it'll just be so much easier. So that doesn't really affect you guys too much, but personally for me, that's oh my gosh, that is such a relief, because since these videos are typically an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours long, double rendering it takes between 2.5 hours to 5 hours to do.
And it's a real pain, because we'd like to try and upload these as fast as possible, and when it takes the good thing about these podcasts though is there's almost no editing. The editing is very minimal at the ending and the beginning, tiny cuts in between, maybe adding in little clips or pictures or anything, but it makes it so that the actual bulk of what takes time just cuts it almost in half, because now we only have to render once, which takes only the hour, basically real time.
So it's going to be really nice. The quality is going to be a whole lot better, and we're really looking forward to it. It's going to help out not just this channel, but other channels as well. And it's just kind of a good investment we're going to be trying to put into this channel, and just trying to invest money into it, and improve the quality, and really just trying to get this channel to be as good as possible. So yeah, that's, I guess, the camera situation. We'll be recording next week's video with that, hopefully.
We just have to order the camera and hope it gets in before we get around to the next recording. I mean, even if it comes earlier, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna want to jump the gun, and maybe we'll make a different video and post maybe gameplay, maybe something else, and just kind of like a little, this is something else we can do. What do you guys like it type deal?
Yeah. So whenever we get that camera in, we're probably gonna, like you said, do another video. In the meantime, kind of test out the camera, see the quality, and kind of tweak some of the settings and stuff with it.
Yeah. Find the best thing we can get for what we're trying to do here. Yeah.
And then also another thing that we're both going to be trying to kind of invest in here pretty soon is Xbox One X. So I don't have an Xbox One X. You don't have an Xbox One X yet.
No.
But I think now is the time when we're both feeling it. We both are wanting to get an Xbox One X.
Yeah. And I mean, for the gameplay type deal, it'll increase the quality immensely, and that's always a plus. You know, not only for you and me, but also for especially you guys, the viewers, and everything. You know, it just makes it all around better for the playing experience, for the watching experience. It'll just be awesome to have a Xbox One S Plus.
Yeah.
Since it goes so much faster, there's something that some people don't know is you can actually get loaded into certain games, like backwards compatible games, and even Black Ops 3, a game that is for the Xbox One, you can get loaded in before other people and start doing things before other people even can be physically loaded into the game.
Yeah, like Black Ops 3 isn't Xbox One X enhanced, but the game will still take advantage of the Xbox One X's like extra like power and the extra hardware it has. So because of that, like you said, you can actually, in Black Ops 3, you can spawn in the game before other people can. So if you're playing against someone who has a regular Xbox One, it takes, it doesn't take too long to load into Black Ops 3.
No, it doesn't.
But on the Xbox One X, since it's more powerful hardware, you're able to load all the textures, load everything faster, so you'll be able to like get into the game twice as fast, and you're able to spawn in. Since Black Ops 3 doesn't have like a spawn timer real thing, like stopping people from that, you're able to just go and just start playing before other people can actually even get into the game and even get into the match.
So like a game like Search and Destroy, where basically that game is kill the other team as fast as you can. Whoever kills the entirety of the other team wins. I mean, there are the bomb that you can plant, but it's like nobody really goes for it. It's unethical. It's just stupid, because if you plant the bomb and they defuse it, you lose. And it's like, but you could have had your entire team, and they could have had one person. So you never go for that. In this case, spawning before everyone else, and you can have the bomb planted and almost, and like, I don't know, just like 5 or 10 seconds into it before anyone else spawns.
Yeah. Or another thing is you can like spawn in, run to the enemy spawn, and wait for them all to spawn in and just kill them off the spawn.
Because they can't they can't spawn somewhere else off the beginning. They don't have, if you're there, they don't spawn like in the middle of the map. They will spawn in their spawn.
Yeah.
No matter what. So in any game mode, really. Yeah. I don't know if it works for every single game mode.
I think it does. I think the first initial spawns are always all the same, and they have to be, like, say for Nuketown, they have to be in the backyards. I don't think you can spawn anywhere else.
So for Nuketown, this is, it's pretty much game changing, because it's such a small map. You can go wherever the heck you want.
You can get to the other side of the map, wait there, before have a C4 on the ground, spawns. And then the second they all spawn in, boom. And you
get a freaking 6-man feed right off the bat. And then, of course,
you can do it.
People are going to be pissed, and they're going to try and spawn right back in. Those, the calling cards and the medals to get, the 9-person kill feed. This could like solve your problem if you get an Xbox One right now before anybody else gets one. And for search and destroy, for planting and defusing bombs, this will help a lot too.
Yeah, that's still a challenge
before everyone gets Xbox One X.
And in Black Ops 3 is the planting bomb challenge. I still got to do that.
Oh yeah, that's a pain in the butt, dude.
Yeah, the killer challenges, I still have to do that. But yeah, like you said, it's great for the time being before before other people start getting Xbox One X's. Like, I've only ever seen, I think, we played against, one person who had an Xbox One X.
And we were playing Safeguard, and we spawned in, and as soon as we spawned in, we went over to the robot, and he started shooting us before the robot had even, stood up. And we were like, what the heck is going on? How is he already in our spawn? And we realized, because we had already, we had heard about this. It's not terribly new information, but we were all like, wow, this kid must have an Xbox One X. We could obviously see, like, like, we could tell that he had spawned in way before everyone else, because not a single other person on his team was by us. We didn't spawn in late. Our entire team spawned in right as we did.
Yeah, so it was just that one person that I've really seen with an Xbox One X, because I feel like most people with an Xbox One X, they're playing other games.
Yeah.
And, because, not too many people are still playing Black Ops 3 these days. A lot of people moved on to World War II.
Yeah.
A lot of people are playing like Fortnite or Battlegrounds.
Yeah, the biggest frickin' game in Microsoft and PlayStation combined right now.
Yeah. So, an Xbox One X is just going to be awesome, and it'll definitely help us out with Black Ops 3. I still need to do those killer challenges, the Ultra Killer, Chain Killer, those things. I think the max I have is a 7. I think that's... What is that? Mega? Mega kill?
I don't know.
7 might be Mega. Then I think it's Ultra is 8, and then 9 or plus is Kill Chain.
Yeah. And the real big problem with this is you can't get a 9 kill chain, and it does not count for your 7 or 8 kill chain. You have to get a 9, an 8, a 7, and a 6. You can't just get a 9, which would be the most lucky thing ever, which you have to be super freaking lucky again and get an 8. And then still super lucky to get a 7. Like, I can't
it's like if you get an 8,
got a 7.
Yeah, if you get an 8, it's like, and if that's the only one you've gotten, if you somehow got the 9 and you're only going for the 8, you have to stop at 8 kills. You can't go further, or else it won't count.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know how I got the 7.
I can't even get 5. Well, I can. I have done it before. But I can barely get 5. And it's like chuck a grenade and just luckily get a 2-person kill, and then I get 2 more people and throw a C4, or throw a C4, get 2 people, kill some people, and have danger close on, throw another C4 and grab 1 more person.
Yeah.
And it just happens to happen quick enough. It's just ridiculous, because the amount of time that it takes to reload, if you have anything but a submachine gun, you can't do it. Yeah,
it's absolutely nuts. That's still one of the challenges I don't have in Black Ops 2. And I've tried so hard for that challenge in Black Ops 2.
We've
played it so much that it's kind of ridiculous to think that we haven't gotten it by now. Just with the sheer amount of playtime and stuff.
How much playtime do you have on the Xbox 360 version of
Black Ops 3?
Black Ops 2.
Just in Black Ops 2, yeah.
30 days worth?
30 days just in multiplayer. Of just in-game time.
Can we check? We can check it on this, can't we?
You can check the Xbox One X. Or the Xbox One time you've logged into the app.
That's true. But we can at least see just what we've done on the Xbox One. Yeah. Which is not even very much at all compared to what we've done in the Xbox 360. So we can give you a little bit of a idea of what we've done here. Let's see.
It's crazy. Black Ops 2... my favorite Call of Duty game, and it's just we haven't gotten all the challenges in that game, and it's nuts, because it's there's so many challenges that I've done, but there's still some of them that I'm how have I not got that yet, and it'll hopefully this Xbox One X will at least help me get it in Black Ops 3, because I think my highest in any Call of Duty game is a 7. I've never been able to get past that. I wasn't able to get past it in Black Ops 2. I think Black Ops 2 I'm stuck at a 7. And then they had the same medals in Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare was they had like kill chains and those like chain things. But the interesting thing about Advanced Warfare was that it even counted score streak kills. So
that would make it a lot easier if they counted score streak kills.
Yeah, I would have that in Black Ops 2. I would have it for sure. I would have it in Black Ops 3 for sure. But Advanced Warfare, it was, I don't know, I think I might have gotten an Ultra Killer maybe? But I don't know, it was ridiculous because it's like you would run like a bombing run, and what other streaks were in that game? Bombing run, you'd have a, I don't even remember what the helicopter thing is in that game.
Bro,
I don't remember the score streaks, but like you have like the helicopter thing, the bombing run, and say a Predator missile. It's not called that in Advanced Warfare, but whatever the Predator missile thing is.
Yeah.
And then, like, you could get it, but for some reason I still didn't get it in Advanced Warfare. And then Black Ops 3 I still haven't got it. So I don't know, it's weird. And
let's see.
Is that Black Ops 2?
This is Black Ops 2 on
the Xbox One.
Whoops. So you have, where is it?
What do you have first? You have 351 hours?
Where's mine? I have 351 hours on this.
So, how many days is that actually?
But that's only on the Xbox One version. Mm-hmm. And I got an Xbox One really late into this. So,
I mean, Black Ops 2 hasn't even been backwards compatible for a year yet. So, 351 hours. 351. So, you've logged in 14 days.
14 days. And it hasn't even been out for what?
A year.
A year.
On Xbox One. 14 days on just the Xbox One. I have what,
1,301 hours.
Wow.
And that's just on
the Xbox One.
The Xbox One version.
Wait. Is that right?
1,301.
301.
Divided by 24.
24 hours.
54 days.
What?
But this is the game. I think the entirety of the game. So this is zombies, and campaign and everything.
54 days in Black Ops 2, and the game hasn't even been out a year. Holy fetch! I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And this is. Does that count? Is that counting the 360 then?
No.
No. Okay. So that's not counting.
That's only the Xbox
from the 360.
One
so
having
this
the
is,
app open.
Okay. And
wow.
This
54 days
has a lot more than that on
the 360 version. So all combined, because I probably have at least like
I think you
quintuple or if more. So at least 5 or 6 times that. Maybe even 7 times that on the 360, because the 360. Let's see, because the game came out at the end of 2012.
Yeah.
And it became backwards compatible in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So there was about 4.5 years of the game being on the 360. Played the crap out of it the first year. Ghost came out that second year. Still played the crap out of it. Advanced Warfare was that third year. Played the crap out of it. Then it was Black Ops 3. Didn't play it too much, but we still played zombies. We still played Origins and stuff.
That was one of the reasons I still wanted Black Ops 3, because I was like, even if the game isn't great, I know that the zombies will be great, you know? Mm-hmm. And it was. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think altogether, on Xbox One and Xbox 360 combined, the time played, well, I mean, I guess not time played, but the time I've had the game open is probably well over 500 or 600 days. Of having the game open.
Well, maybe not 500.
Yeah, but I think maybe like, I'd say 300 days.
I'd say you got 250, 300 days. And that's with the game app open.
Open, yeah.
So
playtime, since I have 30 days of multiplayer, we played a crap ton of zombies, so I wouldn't doubt the zombies would be about the same.
Zombies was probably about the same. So
about 60 days of in-game time. And about 200, maybe 300 days of the app being open. That's crazy. It just shows you guys how much I freaking love that game. Like, Black Ops 2 was the game.
I still can't believe he's played that much. I mean, I wish I could have played that much sometimes. School was crappy, and my parents were always really, hardcore about the whole, you better have your everything finished and everything up to date. So I never got a chance to do that much game playing. And the problem I had is that my main thing that I really loved to do was play zombies. Like, that was what I loved to do, but I did not like playing by myself on zombies. So I played multiplayer, and I played the campaign by myself, but the bulk of when I played was when it was the weekends when I'd play with this guy right here. Yeah. And we'd play, because it's not hard for me to believe that we have that much time on this game, because we would literally play Friday and Saturday. Friday we'd go, basically as soon as school ended, we'd come home and start playing, and we'd play almost straight from there till 11 o'clock midnight every single night before I had to go home. And that's 7 or 8 hours every single Friday. And then Saturday sometimes 1 or 2 o'clock, so just a couple hours before our school would have ended anyways. And we do the exact same thing, so that's another 9 or 10 hours.
So it's probably about 18 hours?
About 18 hours every weekend we'd play that game. So in just 2 weekends we had over 24 hours. So every single weekend we had about a half of a day, a little bit more, but almost every single 2 weeks we had a full day of playing time. And that's you and me playing together. That's not you playing, not me playing alone. And I didn't play nearly as much as you did, but I was also
so
into
much
sports and stuff. I did extracurricular activities and stuff, so, and you didn't do as much of that. You did a little bit, but not as much as I did.
That year it was so much fun though, because I would seriously every day I wake up, go to school, I'd come home from school, and I'd immediately just start playing Black Ops 2. Come home, turn on the Xbox 360, play Black Ops 2, and that was it. And then Fridays and stuff, days you could hang out, play Black Ops 2 even more. But I'd play that game well into the night. I'd play it till midnight or something, hurry and go to sleep, wake up neglected my homework and stuff. But
and that was another thing. You would play, you'd be down here and you could play until, if you wanted to, you could play all night long, and your parents wouldn't say jack diddly about it. My parents, on the other hand, if I was downstairs playing after midnight, they'd come down and slap me across the face and be like, "What the heck are you doing? Get your butt in bed. You have school tomorrow." I'd be like, kidding me? Even on weeknights, they'd be like, "It's 1 o'clock, Harrison. Are you kidding me? Go to bed." And I'm like, I don't need to go to school or anything tomorrow. I'm just going to sleep in, which I never actually did. I was a weird child. I went to sleep at about 1 or 2 o'clock every single night, and then I woke up at 7 every single day. And it's just how I was. And it never bothered me for the longest time. And now I'm old and I can't do it. I've gotten old. My age is catching up with me. I'm 19.
It's Black Ops 2 is seriously just such a fun game, and I posted a video on my main channel about it being remastered, so that'd be really awesome, and I would love that. But even still, I don't think it would be. It would still be the same game and everything, and it'd still be so much fun. It'd be way more fun than even World War II. World War II is a whole lot of fun, but if they remastered Black Ops 2, you'd bet your butt I would be all over that game. And
that game is fantastic, and you better believe that we'd be getting the Master Prestige as fast as we possibly could, because I knew it took me a really long time. But that's because I never played multiplayer when we first started playing the game, because in Black Ops 1, me and you never played multiplayer. Never.
It was only zombies.
We only played zombies. So when Black Ops 2 came out, I was thinking, I'm going to get Black Ops, and we can just play the crap out of zombies. And we did. We played the crap out of zombies. But I didn't really like Transit that much. And he started playing multiplayer on this like crazy. And I was like, you know what? Let's start playing multiplayer. And that's when I actually started playing the game by myself. And that's when I started racking up more hours than just when we were playing together. And I loved it. I thought, wow, this is what multiplayer is supposed to be like. It was fun. I played the crap out of the game now. And even now, sometimes I find myself going back to the game playing it. because who doesn't like to go back to the good old Black Ops 2?
Yeah, we were even looking at a guy on Black Ops 3 this like last week who has Master Prestige 1000, and we were like looking at his stats and his score and everything like that, and I was like, wait a minute, if he has that much score, that means if they had 1,000 levels after Master Prestige in Black Ops 2, I would be past that in Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much I played. Because if you get to Master Prestige 1,000 in Black Ops 3 multiplayer, I think the math makes it about like
55 or something.
About 55 prestiges. So you do the initial 10, and then do about another 45 prestiges after worth of XP.
Yeah. And so we saw this kid, and he wasn't completely to 1,000. He was at like, I think he was at 880 or something like that.
Yeah,
was his thing, and his score was, you know, freaking huge. But then we looked at his score, and he realized that I have like way more score than this in Black Ops 2, like way more. Like, not quite like double or, you know, adding half, but it was still a lot more. And we were like, if they had the 1,000 levels after Master Prestige, this kid would be level 1,000, and I'd probably be like level only like 200 or something like that, if that.
Because it took you a little while to get to Master Prestige.
But that's I never played multiplayer until I started really getting into that kind of a thing. I never really liked the multiplayer thing for a long time.
I mean, to be fair, like we talked about this last week, but you didn't have it wasn't your game.
No,
so you didn't have it. So anytime you wanted to play it, it was either playing with me or borrowing the game.
And when I first borrowed the game, I did give it back. We borrowed it back and forth. And then once that's the time that unfortunately his parents got separated. That's the time that it just happened that I had the game, and he never ended up taking it back because he doesn't have an Xbox, or didn't. Yeah. He did get another one back because him and his buddies started living with him and they had an Xbox, but so I didn't have the game for a long time. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. But even still, you didn't have the game for a long time, but you still have a whole lot of time played in the game.
Yeah.
And
I played the heck out of when I could play that game.
Yeah.
I played it as much as I possibly could.
So Black Ops 2 is seriously like one of my favorite games of all time. And I think it is my favorite game of all time. But it's really just such a great game. And something that cool about it that I really want to see is on the Xbox One X. The Xbox One X, for all backwards compatible titles, it enables, I think it's like 16 times anisotropic filtering. So it's...
Say that 5 times fast, jeez.
Yeah. It's...
Anisotropic?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, jeez.
What it does is it's basically like the rendering of far objects. So in like, say, Black Ops 2 or just any video game in general, the farther an object away is from like the player or the camera, the object will be a lower like quality model.
Yeah. And
so this extends out that distance of where it's the highest quality. So if you're looking something in like the game, if you're looking at a wall like directly in front of you, the game's gonna load in the highest quality asset possible since it's the closest to the camera.
Yeah, and so because that's what you're looking at, it wants it to look the best it possibly can.
Yeah. So there's like a certain distance that the game will always be using like the highest quality assets. And so on the Xbox One X, it enables 16 times the normal, so it'll extend that distance.
It's kind of like the attachment from World War II, where it just decreases the range fall off of the of the weapon.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, basically,
connections.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And I really want to see, because I played like we just barely said, we played the fetch out of Black Ops 2. So we know that game inside and out. And so even playing it on the Xbox One, it's kind of fun because like there was some frame rate drops on the 360 because Black Ops 2 is absolutely pushing that console to its limits. Black Ops 2 was just like, okay, this is as much as the console can do.
It was a good game. A really
but
good game.
Even sometimes the console still struggled a little bit, and the Xbox One X or even just the regular Xbox One, just smooths over that. So if you played it the backwards compatible version, it's just a whole lot smoother, especially zombies. Even solo zombies, it dropped frames sometimes, but especially split screen.
Yeah, when we would use both of us would be using like the LSAT or anything like that and shooting at the same time.
It would drop down to about,
it's like you'd hear and it would be weird.
Yeah, like the frame rate dropped down at least below like 25, probably below 20 frames per second. It was ridiculous.
Like your entire character was going. It was like.
It was.
But when we started playing it in the Xbox One, you know, just the whole entire time, you could have both. We could both have the scorpions.
Yeah, scorpion, double tap,
pack a punch, and
firing it at the same time, and it'd still be 60 frames per second.
It was fantastic. It was good. It was really good.
One of the biggest. I kind of want to do a video about this, just to kind of see and kind of be interesting to test out. Is the real like huge like stress test for Black Ops 2 is 4-player split screen zombies.
Yeah.
Because the only way you can do that is if you do it local. You can't do it on like custom games. Yeah. So if you do that, even just like if nobody's even firing, the game's like hanging out at about 30 frames per second. And so once everybody starts firing all at the same time, it just tanks the frame rate.
You think we thought it was bad with each other? It's gonna
just
be
2-player. It's
it's gonna be so freaking bad.
So I kind of want to test that how it is on the 360, because the 360 that's the worst like performance you can get in that game is doing 4-player local split screen in zombies, and I want to test it on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Xbox One still dropped frames during that.
Yeah. It probably should. It's you're not supposed to be playing with 4 people on one screen.
But and then I also want to test it with the Xbox One X.
Get a big TV for that.
Yeah. I want to test it with the Xbox One X because Xbox One X, I have no doubt that it will still hold 60 frames per second in that.
If it didn't, I'd be a little bit disappointed.
Because that console is seriously so powerful, and it's awesome.
On the box, it literally says the most powerful console
ever.
And it honestly is. Like, if we're being 100% honest, like, I don't play PlayStation, you don't play PlayStation. Well, you do, but it's not like what we play. Yeah. PlayStation has been kind of like right here to Xbox. Yeah. Every single year, it's like doot, and they're just like a little bit. It's not big enough of a difference for anybody to really care.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, PlayStation people are like, oh, Xbox sucks, and Xbox people are like, oh, PlayStation sucks.
Yeah.
But if we're being completely honest on all statistics and all fact wise, it was a little bit better.
Yeah.
And this year,
like for example, for Black Ops 3, that game ran at 1080p on the PS4. But ran at about 900p on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
So the Xbox One was a little bit lower than the PS4, but I mean, I think most like casual like consumers wouldn't notice the difference.
Yeah, nobody really.
But
especially between 900 and 1080.
Yeah. But then if you have someone like myself who like edits videos and is like into this quality and stuff, and like I like will literally compare. I can see a difference, but it's still not a huge difference. Like 900p to 1080p isn't that big of a difference.
Yeah.
But then for the Xbox One X, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, because basically it was here, and then we came out with the One S, and then the PS4 Pro is
PS4 Pro went up a good amount, but it wasn't enough to really make a difference because...
Like, yeah, it went up in power, but really what it did wasn't anything that was going to affect your actual play.
Yeah.
Like, the
console was more powerful,
but it wasn't like...
It wasn't going to get you 4K games.
Yeah.
Unless
maybe
4K,
1 or 2...
Yeah, unless it's 4K checkerboarded.
Yeah.
And I think there's a couple racing games that are 4K.
But that's not the most difficult thing.
Yeah, they're like 4K 30 frames per second. But then you have... the Xbox One X,
which
really
basically here's the Pro, here's the S, and then the X comes in and it's just like, and PS is like, what? No.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be like Xbox is way better, but it honestly is the most powerful console out there. And PS4 or PS has to really step it up to be able to get a console like Xbox does.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they can't do it. You know, everything is changing, everything is evolving. They'll do it, but right
with
now,
like the PlayStation
Xbox
5
is way ahead.
I don't have any doubt that the like PlayStation 5 or whatever will be more powerful than the Xbox One X. But a lot of it really just comes down to the hardware in the console, because for the price you're getting for $500, the Xbox One X, it's a killer deal. Like you can't there's tons of videos on YouTube and like people are like, "Oh yeah, you could build a PC that's way more powerful for the same price as the Xbox One X." But it's like you can't. It's absolutely impossible to build something like that.
Because
I mean, maybe if
the
you
GPU
got,
alone is, for a computer to be that powerful, is like $300.
Yeah, at least
and that's like
a GTX 1060.
That's pulling it to the bottom scale of how
and then also right
expensive it
now
can be.
with all the the crypto key mining and Bitcoin and everything, all the graphics cards are sold out. So if you actually want to buy one, you're gonna be spending like an extra $100 at least,
because you have to wait for it. And
or people are selling it for more.
High of a demand, and people can just sell it for whatever the bum crap they want. I mean, they could sell you one that's like and still sell it for the high priced ones at the same price, and it's still a fair deal because nobody can sell one for cheap.
Yeah,
you
so
can't get a cheap
the
one.
only way you would possibly be able to get a PC that's the same price as an Xbox One X or cheaper is if, one, used parts, but at the same time that's not a fair comparison, because if you buy an Xbox One X, it's brand new hardware compared to this used hardware on a PC, so it's new versus used. Yeah. And even still, if you try and get everything used, you're still going to have a hard time getting it. Because for the PC, you're going to have to get the case, you're going to have to get the motherboard, you're going to have to get all the RAM, you're going to have to get the CPU, you're going to have to get the GPU, you're going to have to get a mouse, got to get a keyboard, and then you also got to get a copy of Windows, which, and then also the other thing that the Xbox One X has, even the One S has, is a 4K Blu-ray player. The cheapest 4K Blu-ray player you can get is at least $100. So that's a fifth of your cost of your PC right there, just for the Blu-ray. So all these videos you guys see on YouTube of people who are like, I built a more powerful PC than an Xbox One X for the same price. So they never include a 4K Blu-ray drive, and they also will most of the time have it be like $564 or something like that, not $500, and it'll be used parts and stuff, and it's just, you can't do it because Microsoft is really, they're like a huge company. Microsoft is huge, so obviously they have the know-how and the ability to get all this like power into this box. And the Xbox One X is tiny. That's the thing.
It's about the same size as your Xbox One S, if you know what that is, which compared to an Xbox One X or Xbox
regular
One, you got it's about yay thick and about as wide as I'm saying right now. And, maybe about, I don't know.
Plus it has the external power supply too.
Yeah. Plus external power supply. Now with the One S, you drop from this to like that, and then in a bit. Yeah. And it's not as wide, and you don't have the external power source anymore.
Yeah, it's in the console.
And now the Xbox One X is like exponentially more powerful and almost exactly the same size. Yeah. I mean, I think it might be a little bit taller.
Yeah, I think it actually is a little bit smaller, but it's a little bit wider.
So basically, if you take it, it's about the same size. Yeah. Like square centimeters or whatever. Yeah. It's going to be about the same size as the One S.
Yeah, the overall volume is about the same.
I mean, it's not white. It's black. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess you could find it in a different color.
Yeah, there's different fans because the Xbox One X has it's a vapor chamber, whereas the One S just has a fan. So the cooling on it, I mean, they like everything about the One X is just designed like absolutely perfectly for it.
Oh yeah, that was one thing we actually talked about when we knew about the One X was coming out. We're like, how are they going to make this the same size with a fan? Like the fan is, you know, it's this big and it needs space and it needs ventilation. How are they gonna make it with so much more power? Because I mean,
they overclocked the CPU and the GPU.
Yeah.
So since they overclocked it, it generates a whole lot more heat.
So how do they
dissipate all that heat
with a fan? So we were so confused. We were like, how are they gonna make it the same size
as a 1S?
Because that fan, it's not that big.
Yeah.
The fan isn't that big, and on things that are that powerful, you have to have a decent sized fan on that.
Yeah.
Like it would have to be the size.
I'm gonna grab my.
It would have to be the size of an Xbox One just so that they could get a big enough fan in there. And so the fact that they put that vapor chamber in completely changes the entirety of it. It makes it so it's quieter, because like almost all of the sound that you can hear going on inside of any of these consoles is the fan. You can hear it just going, and that's the only thing you can hear. Yeah, they're quiet, but without the fan, the Xbox One X has got to be the quietest console that you'll ever have.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get
The one thing I really love is that they went back to a button with the One S and One X.
Yeah.
It's an actual push button. I know like with younger siblings and stuff, just walking past, like they won't even mean to them. They'll brush past my Xbox and bing, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I was on round 136, which I wasn't, but you know, I felt like I was doing fantastic in a solo game of zombies or something. You having troubles there, buddy?
I'm struggling. I don't know how exactly to get this off, because it's so weird. Like. When I first got it, I watched a video of how to get it. I was able to get it off like the very first try, but I'm also afraid I'm gonna break it too.
Let me see.
Because it's just the corners a little bit, and then it slides down this way. Since it's like a freaking like triple cheeseburger, you know, the top patty slides down that way. So you just pop that off a little bit, corners. You can see how it comes off a little bit. You just have to pop it off a little bit.
And I have to pop both off?
Yeah, just like the first like little thing.
I don't want to break it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to break it.
That's how I feel too, yeah. I'm trying to be careful, but I also I'm trying to get it off.
Crap, this is actually kind of difficult. Or maybe I'm just being a wuss. I wouldn't doubt it. Are you sure it's just the first layer like that? It is just
so.
It's just
the
first layer?
Somehow this slides down.
Are you sure it's not? It looks like it would be the second layer.
Yeah, it's just the first one. It does it. Dang it. Almost had it there. But, because I want to show you guys the PS4 Pro's fan on it. And
while you're doing that, I'm going to pour me from Pepe.
Holy mother. Oh, there we go. I think I'm kind of getting it.
Just kind of, though. Just kind of.
Yeah. Holy crap. Because I don't want to break it, you know?
Yeah, I feel, dude.
Dang.
How were you able to get it the first freaking try?
I don't know. I did something.
Somewhere.
Dang it. Well,
let me see. Let me see again.
I got it a little bit. Come on, console.
Okay, so
I got that one a little bit. Let's try the other side now. But basically, the PS4 Pro's fan, and even the regular one, the fan isn't that big on it. And, like, even compared to the regular Xbox One, the fan is so tiny. Like, the regular Xbox One's fan is way bigger. Let's see. Oh.
I just really feel like I'm going to break it. I can't get it to stay freaking open, though.
Yeah.
So, it's both of them have to come up like that, huh?
Yeah. Let's see. Because that one, you can't do it until you pop these ones. You gotta pop this. Oh, well. I mean, I guess I can just demonstrate, on the console how big it is. But I think the fan is somewhere over here, something like that. So let's see if we can show you guys how big it is. Turn the logo over. Get that branding going. But the fan is about maybe yay big, if that. So about maybe not even the size of my closed fist.